It's 4 a.m. Time to make the donuts. Now, technically, you're allowed to be at your parking area 2 hours before sunrise. Pretty sure that's in the rule book somewhere. And that's about the time I need to be able to get in on time and get set up in my tree and get settled before sunrise. However, if you get up to your spot at 2 hours before sunrise, where I go in New York, it's already going to be filled up. The parking space is going to be filled, so you can't do that. You kind of have to get there at least a half an hour, if not an hour prior to that allotted time. So 3 hours before sunrise, basically, is when you have to be at the parking spot to give yourself a reasonable chance of actually getting the parking spot that you want. Now, if it were during the rut, you have to be there at least 4 hours before sunrise to give yourself a shot at getting the spot. So it gets like crazy early during that season, but it's a little bit later now. You know, we're towards the end of December, so I should be okay, but you never know. I don't quite have that buffer today, so I'm hoping for the best here. So I got to start thinking up several backup plans in my head. If the first spot is filled, where I'm going to go for the second spot. If that's filled up, where I'm going to go for the next spot. It's kind of a pain to deal with, but the joys of hunting public land, New York. Here we go. All right, I'm about to find out right over this next hill if I got the spot. Come on. Yes, yes, it's open. All right, I'm in, baby. Yeah. She's done right there. She's done. Redemption right there. The other ones have no clue what just happened. They're all milling around. I realized all this time, the last several shots I took, that I missed. I didn't know what was going on. And I realized I was looking with my wrong eye. I usually shoot both eyes open. And I realized my left eye was kind of taken over. So I switched. I made sure I shut my left eye today. And I nailed that doe. It was a perfect shot. And I couldn't be happier right now. I'm tickled. Wow. I'm sick. I got a cold, but no medicine makes it feel better like that just did. Praise the Lord. I'm hoping it's not a shed buck. This time of year, a lot of them are dropping, but I'm pretty sure it's a doe. I took a look, a pretty close look. I didn't see any buds, antler buds or anything. And when they're in a group like that, most often it's a group of does, and all the others look like does. So let's go check it out. All right, I'll give a quick explanation of the setup here. I got a pretty good trail in front of me, right where I got that deer. That goes across, and on either side there's a trail, maybe 30 yards away that way, and about 30 yards to that side. There's a couple other trails that are just a little further out of reach, and this morning I saw some deer way off to the right. They go down in this bowl area, which I might have mentioned before. They, I guess, feel comfortable down in there. It's hard to hunt in there because the wind swirling, but they definitely use that. So, and I know in this particular spot they come through late. And today that deer was like after 9 o'clock sometime, and that's typical for this particular spot. So I was actually running a little late this morning, but I knew I had a pretty good feeling it might work out anyway. I have a north wind coming right in my face, which was perfect, and there's a bedding area, thick bedding area on the side, so they could be going to either side, to the bowl or to the bedding. Typically they're coming back to that bedding area up on the side. Alright, my tree was the one right in the middle there. I was up at that little branch fork. It's just like right on 20 yards away. I hit her right here. So far no blood, no arrow, but let's take up the trail and see what we got. Oh yeah, she's spraying good, right? Look how high up it goes. That's like 4 feet high at least. I guess she whacked the arrow on this tree. There's the arrow. At least I get to save my arrow. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it was not a pass through, but it looked like a good maybe 12 inches of penetration or so. Rage Broadhead looks intact. Alright, look what we got. She looks good. Let's go see. She's posed for the camera. Actually a pretty nice size one. Not bigger than I thought. Lots of times you don't get a pass through with the Rage, but look at the hole that it makes. She's not going too far with that. There's a heart shot. Dragon deer.